Look, not all car checks are helpful, some are just a waste of time. Even worse, some of these can actually damage your car. That's right, but don't sweat it. This video will expose the top maintenance myths and show you which checks to ditch immediately. No confusing jargon, just clear don'ts that will save you hundreds on repair bills. So buckle up. We're kicking off with the most pointless check that can permanently damage your car before it even reaches 100,000 miles. Number 1. Avoid overfilling the engine oil. It's tempting to pour in extra oil just in case your level's a bit low. After all, oil is your engine's lifeblood, right? But too much oil can actually do more damage than a little low level ever would. When you overfill, the crankshaft dips into the oil and whips it into foam. That foamy mess doesn't lubricate well, so key parts like bearings and pistons end up running dry. Worse still, that extra pressure can push oil past seals and gaskets, leading to messy leaks or even damaging your catalytic converter. Here's the simple fix. Always check oil on level ground with the engine off and cool. Use exactly the grade recommended in your owner's manual. Fill slowly, checking the dipstick until it sits between the minimum and maximum marks, never above. Change your oil at the intervals your car maker suggests. Keep it precise, and your engine will stay happy, healthy, and long-lasting. No guesswork needed. Number 2, don't use WD-40 on fan belts. That squeak under the hood might tempt you to spray WD-40 or belt dressing, but belts actually need friction to grip pulleys. When you coat them in oil, they slip, losing traction on the alternator, power steering pump, and air conditioning compressor. Slipping belts overheat and wear out faster, leading to premature replacement and possible accessory damage. Instead, inspect belts regularly for cracking, glazing, or fraying. If they're worn, replace them with quality OEM or manufacturer recommended belts. Check tension with a gauge or follow the manual's deflection guidelines. Typically about half an inch of give. Proper tension keeps belts tight and quiet without any slippery spray. By skipping the quick fix oil spray and investing in new belts and correct tensioning, you'll maintain power delivery to critical systems, avoid breakdowns, and actually save money. No greasy sprays required. Number 3. Stop washing your car with dish soap. Dish soap might seem perfect for cutting grease, but it's too harsh on your car's finish. It strips away the protective wax and clear coat, leaving the paint vulnerable to scratches, fading, and even rust. Over time, your car's color looks dull and worn out, and you'll end up paying more for paint correction or a full respray. Instead, use a dedicated car wash shampoo. These formulas are pH balanced to gently lift dirt without removing sealants. A soft microfiber mitt and 2-bucket method, one for soapy water, one for rinse. Keep grit from scratching the paint. Spend a few extra bucks on proper soap and your car will shine longer, resist corrosion, and save you money on costly repairs down the road. Number 4. Avoid changing spark plugs. Too early spark plugs are built to last. Iridium ones often last between 100,000 to 120,000 miles, yet many drivers replace them just because they hit an oil change interval. That's like getting new tires every time you fill up, unnecessary and costly. Modern platinum or iridium plugs wear slowly and maintain their performance for tens of thousands of miles. Premature swaps waste both parts and labor without any real benefit to your engine. Instead, follow the exact replacement interval in your owner's manual. Between changes, pay attention to warning signs. A rough idle, engine misfires, difficulty starting, or a noticeable drop in fuel economy. When you do inspect the plugs, look for gaps wider than the manufacturer's specification or deposits that can foul the tip. Replace the entire set at once, using the correct torque to avoid damage. By waiting until spark plugs actually need service, you keep your ignition system firing efficiently, cut unnecessary maintenance costs, and ensure each dollar you spend maximizes performance and longevity. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Number 5. Don't shift to a lower gear while going downhill. When you cruise down a hill, your first instinct might be to keep your foot on the brake pedal, but constant braking heats up the pads and rotors, risking warped discs, brake fade, or even failure. Instead, shift into a lower gear before you start the descent. Downshifting uses engine braking. Your engine's resistance slows the car without heavy use of the brake system. This keeps your brakes cooler and ready for when you really need them. It also gives you smoother speed control. Here's how. As you approach the hill, ease off the accelerator and click down 1 or 2 gears gears. Let the engine do most of the work and tap the brakes lightly only to maintain a safe speed. By avoiding continuous friction on your brake components, you'll preserve pad life, prevent costly rotor damage, and ensure you can stop confidently when traffic or obstacles appear. Number 6. Don't slam the gas pedal to the floor. We all love that rush when you stomp on the accelerator, but flooring the gas pedal does more harm than good. Modern engines aren't built for constant slam throttle bursts. When you push the pedal all the way down, the engine over-revs, burning through fuel at a much faster rate than necessary. That sudden surge of power also puts extra stress on the drivetrain, transmission, and other moving parts. These components aren't meant to handle repeated high-speed jolts, so they wear out sooner, meaning more trips to the mechanic. And let's not forget the braking. A hard acceleration almost always ends in a hard stop, which puts heavy strain on your brake pads and rotors. Over time, this leads to warped discs, reduced braking performance, and costly replacements. Instead, accelerate smoothly. Press the gas pedal gently, build speed gradually, and you'll save fuel, reduce wear and tear, and enjoy a more controlled, comfortable ride. Number 7. Stop cleaning the engine with a high-pressure hose. Power washing your engine. Bay might look like a fast way to remove grime, but that high-pressure spray can blast water into sensitive components. Wetting electrical connectors, sensors, fuse boxes, and wiring harnesses often triggers check engine lights or corroded contacts, leading to costly diagnostics and repairs. For a safe clean, start with a cool engine and cover vulnerable parts, like the alternator, air intake, and exposed electronics with plastic bags. Use a gentle biodegradable engine degreaser and a soft brush to loosen dirt. Rinse lightly with low-pressure water, directing the flow away from covered areas. Let everything dry fully, ideally overnight, before starting the car. This careful approach keeps grime at bay without risking hidden water damage. You'll maintain a neat engine bay, protect critical electronics, and avoid surprise trips to the mechanic. A little extra time and care goes a long way. Number 8. Don't switch between drive and reverse. Without stopping, shifting directly from drive to reverse or vice versa while your car is still moving is a recipe for disaster. Automatic transmissions aren't built to change direction on the fly. Forcing the gears under load can shear teeth, damage clutches, and ruin the planetary gear set. It only takes a second or two to bring your car to a full stop, far less time and money than you'll spend if your transmission fails. Imagine trading a brief pause at a parking spot for a tow truck bill and a multi-$1,000 repair. Instead, always let your car come to a complete halt before moving the shifter. You'll hear the gears disengage cleanly and avoid that jarring clunk that signals internal stress. A moment's patience keeps your transmission healthy, prevents costly breakdowns, and ensures smooth operation every time you change direction. Number 9. Don't skip a coolant check. Coolant might seem like just water, but it's actually a life jacket for your engine. Skipping regular checks can lead to low or dirty coolant, which makes your engine overheat, sometimes catastrophically. An overheated engine can warp the cylinder head, blow a head gasket, or even seize completely. Here's the easy way to stay safe. When the engine is cool, pop the hood and locate the translucent coolant reservoir. Make sure the fluid sits between the minimum and maximum lines. If it's low, top it up with the exact type your manufacturer recommends, never plain water. Also, replace old coolant per the service schedule, because over time it loses its anti-corrosion and heat transfer properties. By checking coolant regularly, say every month, you'll keep engine temperatures stable, prevent rust inside your cooling system, and avoid nasty repair bills. A quick glance at the reservoir takes under a minute, but could save you thousands in damage. Don't skip it. Your engine will thank you. Number 10. Don't rest your hand on the gear shift lever. It might feel natural to drape your hand over the gear shift during stop-and-go traffic, but that habit quietly wears down your transmission. Even light pressure on the lever pushes on the selector fork and bearings inside a manual gearbox, causing extra friction and misalignment over time. These tiny stresses accumulate, leading to sloppy shifting, grinding gears, or difficulty engaging certain ratios. In the long run, you'll face costly rebuilds or replacements of the gearbox internals. Instead, keep both hands on the steering wheel and shift only when you need to. Your transmission's internal parts will stay aligned, shift gates will remain crisp, and your clutch won't endure unnecessary side loads. A simple change in driving posture can extend the life of your gearbox, reduce maintenance costs, and keep every shift feeling as smooth as the first. Number 11. Don't rotate tires. More often than needed. tire rotation is crucial for even wear, but doing it too frequently, like every oil change, is overkill. Each rotation reassigns tires to positions they weren't designed for, possibly creating uneven wear patterns or stressing suspension components. Over-rotating can lead to mismatched tread depths, which affects grip, handling, and even triggers your TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system. Follow your vehicle manufacturer's recommendation, typically every 5,000 miles. This balances wear without unnecessary labor. Between rotations, inspect tread depth with a penny or tread gauge and look for uneven wear that signals alignment or inflation issues. Properly timed rotations extend tire life, improve fuel economy by reducing rolling resistance, and ensure consistent braking performance. By sticking to the correct schedule, you'll avoid premature replacement costs and maintain your car's stability in wet or slippery conditions. A little planning keeps your ride smooth, safe, and budget-friendly. No extra rotations required. Number 12. Don't use old fuel in a modern engine. Gasoline degrades over time, losing its volatility and cleaning additives. When you leave fuel sitting in your tank for weeks or months, it forms varnish and gum that clog fuel injectors and intake valves. These deposits disrupt the precise spray pattern needed for efficient combustion, leading to rough idling, reduced power, and decreased fuel economy. In extreme cases, stale fuel can corrode metal components in your fuel system or damage the fuel pump. If your car sits idle for more than 30 days, consider adding a quality fuel stabilizer before storage. When you're ready to drive again, fill up with fresh gasoline. If you suspect your fuel is old, smelling sour, or looking murky, drain or dilute it by topping off with fresh fuel. Regularly driving your car keeps the fuel fresh and prevents sediment buildup. Modern engines demand clean, energetic fuel. Give them what they need and avoid performance headaches. Number 13. Don't skip the handbrake when parking. When parking, relying solely on the P gear to hold your car can spell disaster. The P position uses a tiny metal pawl inside the transmission to lock the output shaft. When you park on any incline, even a slight one, that little pawl bears the entire weight of the vehicle. Over time, that stress can bend or break the pawl, leading to costly transmission repairs or even letting your car roll away. Instead, always engage the handbrake, parking brake every time you park. The handbrake pulls a cable that clamps the rear brake pads or shoes, directly preventing wheel movement. This simple step shares the load, protects the transmission's parking pawl, and ensures your car stays put, even on steep driveways. It takes just a second. Shift into park, pull up the handbrake lever until it feels firm, and you're done. Making this habit keeps you safer, avoids surprise repair bills, and brings real peace of mind whenever you leave your car, no extra effort required. Number 14. Don't drive with an overheating engine. When your temperature gauge creeps into the red, don't ignore it. Driving on can destroy your engine. Excess heat warps cylinder heads, damages head gaskets, and can even seize pistons in their bores. That means multi-$1,000 repairs or a complete engine replacement. As soon as you spot steam, a rising needle, or a warning light, find a safe spot to pull over. Turn off the air conditioning, which puts extra load on the engine, and switch on the heater to draw heat away from the block. Pop the hood only when the engine has cooled to check coolant levels and look for leaks. If coolant is low, top up with the correct mixture once it's cool, then head straight to a mechanic. Driving any further risks catastrophic failure. A quick stop and simple checks can save you from a blown head gasket, bent heads, or a ruined block. Remember, preventing overheating keeps your engine and your wallet safe. Number 15. Don't add fuel additives regularly without reason. Pouring in a dash of fuel additive every time you fill up might seem like an easy way to boost performance or clean your fuel system, but it's usually unnecessary and can even backfire. Most pumps dispense gasoline that already contains detergents, stabilizers, and corrosion inhibitors designed to keep injectors and intake valves clean. Overloading your tank with extra chemicals can upset the delicate balance, potentially leading to clogged filters or upset oxygen sensors. Instead, reserve additives for genuine issues like long-term storage, where fuel can degrade, or when you've diagnosed intake deposits. Follow the product instructions exactly. Use the correct ratio and only when needed. Rely on routine maintenance, regular fuel filter changes, spark plug inspections, and air filter replacements to keep your engine running smoothly. Skipping constant chemical treatments not only saves you money on needless bottles, but also reduces the risk of harming your engine's emission control systems. Trust proven service intervals and quality fuel for the cleanest, most efficient combustion. Number 16. Don't disconnect the battery to test the alternator. Some DIY guides tell you to yank the battery cable to see if your alternator is working, but this trick can do more damage than good. Modern vehicles use numerous computers, modules that require a stable power supply even during a test. Pulling the battery while the alternator is running sends voltage spikes through the wiring harness, risking corrupted software, blown fuses, or fried control units. The correct approach is simple. Grab a digital multimeter. With the engine off, measure battery voltage around 12.6 volts. Then start the engine and measure again. A healthy alternator should raise the voltage to between 13.5 and 14.5 volts. Many shops also offer free alternator load tests, which put the system under real-world conditions without risking your electronics. Using proper tools ensures accurate results, keeps your car's brain intact, and avoids surprise repair bills for damaged modules. Number 17. Don't refill coolant without checking the mix. Topping up coolant with plain water might get you home, but running your engine on a poor coolant mixture invites rust, corrosion, and overheating. Factory coolant is a precise blend of antifreeze, water, and corrosion inhibitors. Too much water reduces boil-over protection and freezes in cold weather. Too much antifreeze hampers heat transfer and can overstress hoses. Always use a 50-50 mix of ethylene glycol coolant and distilled water, or the ratio specified in your owner's manual. When you check the translucent reservoir, note both level and color. A slurry or rusty hue signals contamination. Drain and flush your system per the service interval, then refill with a fresh mixture. This balanced fluid safeguards against boiling, freezing, and internal corrosion. Skipping proper mixing cuts, cooling efficiency, shortens radiator and pump life, and risks catastrophic engine damage when temperatures spike. So which of these mistakes were you doing? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you found this video helpful, then be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.